Hey guys, Cruising back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. When we last left off in the Heavensward storyline, we had just found Lady Iceheart, Ysayle, and she gave us a very brief rundown of Dravanian history, and now seeing as how reasoning with Needhog is damn near impossible, we're gonna go try and speak with Hraesvelgr instead. So, let's move. Where the chocobos roam. Ooh, and we get a new shirt. Ooh, I love it! Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it!
You are Bayan, yes? Pray, address me as Ysayle, if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected allies. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest.
Yes, please, let's go. Oh, that's interesting. Never used to do that before. Alright, in order to do that, we're going to follow the twin pools a little bit. But we're going to follow the path that leads down here. Ow, that hurt. Actually, this may not be a path at all. Oh wait, it is. Yep, it's a path. Here we go. Into the Dravanian Forelands.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead, and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marshasham, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival. And he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections?
Only to the ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Man, Estinian is being a real dick. Alright, seeing as how there's an ether current here, We might as well attune to it. Alright. First step. Alright. And to the Aetheryte. Ooh, ether current right there. Might as well mend our gear while we're at it, even though we're not going to keep it. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh, and if it ain't the lovely Ysayle. It's been too long, girl.
That it has, Motochamp. That it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Somal. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey?
Of course, of course. Stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous as of late.
Forgive me, sir, but I am not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest?
Bother us? Did Ysayle not explain things to your boy? You've seen him towering in Calum tree is all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace.
I see. Thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Ysayle here, but dragons ain't the only things you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Hooray for new gear! And there goes my chocobo. Not a bad look, if I do say so myself. I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you. The bloody Nath. They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megalocrab and taught the thing how to walk on two legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties for moms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be closer to the Nath's home territory.
'Twould seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Nath were not wont to cause such strife when I lived here. You lived here? In Dravania? Aye. 'Twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, and my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Hraesvelgr. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic wyrm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marshasham found my unconscious form at the end of the trees, and nursed me back to health. And in Tailfeather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once a peaceful people. Peaceful wouldn't be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion.
They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush or on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Somal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot.
A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest, and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Somal. Shall we?
Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Oh wait, that's right. I have a bad feeling about everything. Man. Let's go, Tenchi. I know I should probably be running from the enemies, seeing as how I'm not going to be keeping this frickin' job once I hit Dark Knight again. But I don't know. We're almost there. This must be the place. Yep.
Should we chance to meet Marshachamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Nath, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian? The style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alfino. This structure is in fact over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace.
You claim this as evidence of our harmonious past. I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics, in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me.
Stubborn fool! How desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See! Enough! Both of you! You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling! Bayan, pay reason with these two.
Set aside your differences for now.
Quite. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Bayan's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Istinian.
You would have me keep my counsel until Bayan's visions confirm the truth? Very well. But bait me not.
Our meeting with Hraesvelgr will likely provide the catalyst Bayan's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on.
What am I getting? The Sorrowell.
Spy you the 3 great towers to the west.
Oh wait, this is gonna suck. How dare you interrupt me and my friends? I haven't been using Sword Oath this entire time. There we go. Let's try that again.
Spy you the three great towers to the west. Ishgardians know them as Annex Shrine. The place serves as a roost for Hraesvelgr's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Somal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Nath. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear.
The path will lead us right to it, so I'm not really gonna... I love this music so. There they are.
"'Tis as I feared. The road ahead is teeming with Nath soldiers." Mossachump did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragon so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Nath's muskets. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept.
I have enough. As long as I stay here, I don't need to worry. It's off the beaten path, but might as well get it, right? Whoa. Look at how big this place is. If only the fog wasn't there, it looked like frickin'...
I take no pleasure in killing the Nath. 'Twas to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, Dragoon.
On my word to the Warrior of Light, I shall start no fight. Only finish it.
You truly are beyond salvation. Come then.
Ooh, cutscene.
Vidofnir!
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a Nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight. Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
Here we go.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
He just loves starting shit.
My sires will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesvelgr in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
The Nath have summoned a primal.
Sounds like our job.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory,
Would you consent to Lady Isayle's request? Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed? 'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphino's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
It's always something. Alright, let's equip our new pants. So good. Now, before we do anything else, I would like to take the time to attune to the Aetheryte here. As well as do one other thing. I noticed there was something over here near the it looks like there's a chocobo porter here. Oh wait, a summoning stone. The stone bears a striking resemblance to a chocobo. Upon closer inspection, the stone appears to be a large horn. Perhaps if you were to blow into one of the holes, it would summon a chocobo, though it may be prudent to leave a rental fee just in case. Alright, let us continue.
So the Nath have summoned their god, and thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest.
Are you not glad, Lady Iceheart? I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did.
I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. But what a fool I am to speak of peace with you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction. Enough! Enough, I say! If the Nath have truly brought forth their deity from the ether, we must face it together or watch our hopes fall apart. All now rests upon this primal's defeat. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Tailfeather and consult with Marshasham. He knows more of the Nath and their culture than most.
Well, back to Tailfeather. Sorry, Tenchi, I am ditching you for the bit. Alright. We're flying! This would be so much more fun if this were a clear day. And we're back. Oh, back already, homie? Ah, met the Natha, did you? And what is it you'd like to... Summoned a primal, you say? 7 hells! Well, I don't know bugger all about Natha religion, if I'm honest. Beyond their trading habits, there never seemed much point in asking. But it shouldn't be that hard to find out. From time to time we border with a small hive to the north and west of here. Outcasts from the main tribe, from what I understand. I reckon they'd be willing to tell you a bit about themselves, if you give them the right incentives.
That sounds promising. And what exactly would a Nath consider to be the right incentives?
Oh, nothing your average hunter couldn't scrounge up in a day or two. But seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide the chores amongst yourselves. You want a good-sized jar of lamb trap nectar, a basket of kalum tree fruit, and, always a Nath favorite, a generous portion of young Nanka flesh. I shall gather the fruit. Leaping to the lower branches of these forest giants should present little challenge to me.
Then I shall connect the nectar with Master Alfino's arcane assistance.
And that leaves you to bring home the meat. You'll need the carving from the smaller Nankas that live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough, I reckon. Once you've got everything together, you'll need to set it down at what we call the trading post. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map for you.
You have been most kind, Master Sham. Well then, let us attend to our respective tasks, and reconvene at the trading post. I need hardly add that the last one and there is a rotten Nanka egg.
Yeah, sure, make your fucking jokes, Alfino. I'll be kicking your ass shortly. Now, if I recall correctly, there's a shortcut to the other side of this ravine. There's a short... Et voila, there it is. It's not much, but it serves the purpose. Now we just need to kill some Nanka. First kill the Ninki Nanka. Just one more and we'll have enough. Great. We have everything. Let's ride. Let's ride. Good thing I took that shortcut.
I was able to gather a goodly amount of nectar from the land traps, though I would not have known how to harvest it without Ysayle's help. Do you have the Nunca meat? Splendid! I shall put this with Estinian's fruit and assemble a suitably generous-looking hamper for the Nath. Well, everything appears to be in order. Assuming no one has any objections to my choice of presentation, I shall place our offerings at the trading post as instructed. Were I of the Nath, I think I would be suitably impressed. Well, how long must we wait? Should we have sounded a signal or some such?
Calm yourself, Master Alfino. Our offering has not gone unnoticed. Long has it been since hunters last came to trade, bearing gifts that filled the air with such delightful scents. Landtrap nectar, Kalon tree fruit, and Nungat flesh! What delectable foods have you brought for us? Our meager existence is much enriched by your bounty. Come, hunters. Come to our hive if you would trade. Cramped and stifling our homes are, but the rancid incense keeps the dragons at bay. Cramped! Stifling! And honestly and horribly smelly! But better to live in stench than be cracked and crunched by dragon jaws, yes? Come, come. It is not far. Here we are. Oh! They changed up the music in here. Since the last time I've been here. I like it. One could really mellow out to this one. Your presence has been announced to the storyteller. You must speak with our chosen leader in words, for we are Vath. We are the non-mind. Welcome to our hive, hunters. You have brought delicacies much sought after by our people, and we are much pleased. What would you have in return?
Honored Elder, pray allow me to begin by thanking you for welcoming us into your home, and for accepting our humble offerings. My companions and I come in search of knowledge, specifically knowledge of your people's god.
Knowledge alone? What strange hunters you are. But if it is words you desire, then words you shall have. We are the Vath, the non-mind, and to speak is our fate. You will hear the tale of the Nath's god, of the god of the one mind summoned into our midst.
The One Mind? These are the Nath who reside in the main colony.
Yes, they are one, connected. But let us begin the story at its beginning. Some moons ago, a single dragon flew in from the east, bleeding and weak. It fell from the sky and into the hive, where it was swarmed by my brethren, and with spear and spell and musket, the dragon was slain. 'Twas likely one that had fled battle with my kinsmen. I should commend you for finishing the job. Dragons are fierce and terrible adversaries. The One Mind would always cower when their winged shadows passed over the ground, but no longer. They had learned that a battle-weary Dravanian was easy prey. Thus did the One Mind decide to heed the words of the black-robed men. The One Mind would call forth our god, and unleash his blades upon the dragons. Dravanian lands would become Nath lands, and ever larger would grow our domain. But our god ever hungers. The price he demands in crystals far exceeds the rewards for this war. We of the Vath despise and revile his insatiable existence. Well, good to know. Alright, I'm thinking I need to get rid of the Judgment Ring, finally. But let's see. Oh yeah, Judgment Ring, gone. Bye-bye. See ya. Equip. Character. And it did the right thing. You know, this music kind of reminds me of another RPG I used to play as a kid. Frickin' Legend of Legaia. It's not really the same tune, but there are some of the notes are kind of similar.
I call upon the power of a primal for the greater good. Conscience all the while that I do so at grave cost to the land. I reason that it is a necessary evil, and willingly shoulder the burden of my sin. In suggesting that such crimes can be justified, you may argue that I presume too much. But you must surely see that I am aware of the magnitude of my transgressions. Not so the Nath. They summon their deity for no greater purpose than to expand their dominion. To a scion of the Seventh Dawn, one sworn to eliminate the primal threat, the distinction you draw seems questionable at best. But the fact remains that my own grandfather risked unleashing the power of the 12 in an attempt to prevent the calamity. Thus, while I may not condone your actions, I at least understand them. Not so the Nath, as you so rightly put it. If they truly seek naught but territorial gain, I can only conclude that they are ignorant of the ruinous consequences of their god's insatiable appetite. The longer this primal is suffered to exist, the greater the suffering it will cause. It must be destroyed.
How lightly you propose the destruction of this god, Master Alphino, a being of whom we know naught. Has it occurred to you that you may be sending the Warrior of Light to his death?
No, You have the right of it, Justinian. 'Twould seem it is I who am guilty of presuming too much. Pray, forgive me, Bayan.
I do not fear my duty.
Wait. Bayan need not face this foe alone. Like him, I am blessed with the Echo's protection, and may do battle without fear of primal influence. Let me bear this burden.
Ha! Do you truly imagine yourself a second Warrior of Light? Remind me, how many primals have you faced, my lady? Not that it matters. We know not where this god resides, or how to challenge it. Unless you mean to pray until it appears.
Estinian makes a valid point. Let us speak with the Vath and learn how best to secure an audience with their deity. In this, at least, I may be of assistance.
The young lord certainly appears eager to prove his worth.
We are the Vath. We are the non-mind. We do not hear the one mind's thoughts, cannot predict their will. Put this idea from your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our god, he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that.
You wish to meet our god? Offer yourself as sacrifice, and you will soon be brought before him.
We would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however. You are generous hunters, yes? Many gifts you have brought, but not enough for all Vath to enjoy. Maybe you could bring us just one more. We are very fond of Nanka flesh. Yes, the meat of a young Nanka would make a fine repast.
Really? Really? We gotta go back and get another one. You some greedy assholes. Running past the stand one. No. I just wanted the Clearwater Nanga, not the Ninky Nanka. Okay, we got it. Run, run, run. Get out of there. It's around this mountain, I know that much.
We Vath do enjoy our Nanka flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? Another gift for the Vath? So unexpected. Yes. You will have more of the words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single Nath, and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected is all but impossible. The Vath are wont to allude to certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I am beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the center of Nath society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Nath, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was by their combined will that the primal was summoned. Those who reside in the smaller hive, however, are the Vath, or the non-mind, who, for reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their Nath counterparts. Thus are the Vath ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions.
And the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time.
Not so. Perilous though it may be, the Vath did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Nath will bring us before their deity to make an offering of our souls.
Great! We're gonna be just...
Forgive me, but let us be clear about what it is you propose. You mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Nath, surrender yourself into what might generously be termed their custody, and then wait until their god arrives to claim your soul? Aye, that very well describes my plan. You will join me in this endeavor, will you not, Bayan? Judging by the great risk you took on to prevent the summoning of Saint Shiva, you are not a man to err on the side of caution.
Would that I could fight at your side, Warrior of Light, but the power of the dragon is no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphino.
Then it is settled. Bayan, you and I shall challenge the gods at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner.
I think that this is nuts. Not doing this unarmed. And do a little bit of shopping. So, what do we got? What do we got? Jesus, everything is so expensive these days. I think I want some titanium gear instead. Oh. But first, oh, my battery's getting low. You know what? I'm gonna wait on this fight, cause it'll really get, it's gonna get crazy. So we're gonna call it a night for tonight, and we will continue this next time. Until then, Cruisnik X, out!